This is lesson 2.9, square roots and estimating, practice packet, page 15. So in the first couple, we're just simplifying perfect squares here. So the square root of 49 would be 7. Can actually be positive or negative 7, but we'll just stick for the positives for now. For number 2, the square root of 81 is 9, because 9 times 9 is 81, and the square root of 4 is 2. Between what two whole numbers are each of the following? So the square root of 50 is going to fall between, if you think that your perfect squares on the side, square root of 49 and square root of 64. So it's going to be between 7 and 8. The square root of 13 is going to fall between the square root of 9 and the square root of 16. So it's somewhere between 3 and 4. Square root of 87 is going to fall between the square root of 81 and 100. So it's going to be between 9 and 10. For number 7, which point on the number line shows the location of the square root of 34? This is really, really close to the perfect square of square root of 36, which is 6. If you notice, it's a little bit less than 6, so it's going to be 5 point something and on the upper end of that. So that would take us to letter P over here. For number 8, we use a calculator to approximate the value of each square root to the nearest hundredth. So these are just calculator problems for you. Typing in the square root of 315 and then rounding, we get 17.75. Square root of 20, we're going to get 4.47. And the square root of 75.6, we're going to get 8.69. For question number 9, use a calculator to place a point on the number line given for each of the following square roots. So the square root of 26 is going to be about 5.1, which means in over here, this is going to be point A right here. The square root of 88 is going to be 9.38. So it's going to be right over here. So we're going to call that B. And then over here, the square root of 77 is going to be about 8.77 using our calculator. So that'll put it just right in between these two right here, letter C. For question number 10, name the point associated with each square root. So when I look at the square root of 7, that is actually going to be point B on my number line. The square root of 22 is going to be in between square root of 16 and square root of 25. So in between 4 and 5, and a little bit closer to 5 then. So that's going to be point A. And the square root of 34 is just below the square root of 36. So just below a 6, that would be D would be our best example. And that is the last question that you have then for practice packet 2.9 square roots.